A California police sergeant was recently placed on administrative leave over some racist text messages and some very questionable on duty activity. Hmm. So, look, on this, when it comes to the text messages, I think it's less of an issue, even though it is still an issue. Uh, but compared to their activities, I mean, much, much worse, right? So, now let me give you the details. Berkeley City officials recently announced a complaint filed last week against Sergeant Darren uh, Kaselek, a 20-year veteran of the police force, by another former officer named Corey Shadowdy. In one message captured in screenshots, Kaselek, a supervisor for the city's downtown task force slash bike unit, appeared to repost a message from someone selling their quote unquote white privilege card and says, "Oh, I would trade my white privilege card for a race card." Hmm. White privilege card. Look, again, this is one of the messages, which does show how they think. They think, oh, it'd be so much better to deal with the, racism that black and brown people face on a daily basis because, white people, we just got it worse. We're the real victims, the white people. Are you sure? Are you sure? I doubt you would last a minute living in a black and brown person's shoe, especially when it comes to racism, especially when it comes to, of course, being victims of police brutality. Anyway, that said, the real problem with the guy is not just because he seems to be racist or at least enjoys doing racist jokes, because honestly, racism and policing, it's a bit redundant. It kind of go hand in hand in some cases. No, the big issue here is doing arrest quotas. Shadowdy's email claims that Kaselek, who stepped down this week as the department's police union president, ordered the bike unit to make 100 arrests a month, which he said was more than the rest of the police department combined. So, look at that. Use of quotas. Any police officer who, denies the use of quotas, denies that police use quotas ever, they're blowing smoke up your ass. That's what they're doing. The more arrests they do, and this is how it works, the more funding they get from the state. If they have less arrests, well, that would mean that they have a, smaller crime rate, which means they get less funding. So you're going to have people who are in charge of these departments that are saying, oh, we don't want to lose our funding. Maybe we want to get more funding so, we can get some nice toys. How do we do that? Well, we arrest more people. We target vulnerable communities. So, and that's the issue, right? You have to start arresting people for BS reasons. Now, here's what Shadowdy said. We were ordered to do these arrests using questionable legal tactics that include stop and frisk, probation searches with no reasonable suspicion for a crime, and a very loose interpretation of stay away orders from UC Berkeley. So, oh, look at that. Stop and frisk. Who gets stop and frisked more often? Minorities. Of course. Poor people. They're not going to go and stop and frisk a rich person in a suit. Are you kidding me? That could be a judge's son. You don't know. That could be a corporate executive. No, they're going to go after poor people. They're going to go after working class Americans. They're going to go after minorities. They're not going after the rich people. And so not only that, but they're going to do more traffic stops in poorer areas of town where somebody might have a broken taillight and then, oh, I see you got a broken taillight. Oh, I think I might smell marijuana in this car. I'm gonna have to search your car now. Are you resisting arrest? We might have to haul you in for that too. What happens is that in these cases where you have these quotas, and I'm not saying every police department has quotas. I'm saying that they are certainly in some departments where you have corrupt police chiefs who are looking for more, state funding. They're going to do this more. They're going to terrorize these communities to get more of that funding and to boost their stats. Oh, look at how many arrests that we made. Oh, look at that. And so, look, hiring cops that are already racist or have racist tendencies, understand that they have no problem doing these things, terrorizing these communities. And you could certainly also argue that the way police are trained, the way police culture is at this point, can usually impart racist stereotypes onto these police officers as well. So there's layers of problems here with the way policing is structured in this country. And this is one example of it. Again, this is happening in California. Well, I thought they defunded all the police in California. No, they didn't. They didn't defund the police anywhere. Any area that actually had taken any funding away from police immediately refunded it. And the Biden administration had given more money to police. So there is a gigantic issue here. Which is why, again, I'm not surprised at all to see allegations like this come out. The only thing that would actually surprise me here, what would the real surprise be, is if this officer ends up losing their job over, these issues. I would be very, very surprised if that happened.